also a customer pick as well. So check that out on hsn.com. So now that you have your brand new goose down comforter, what's gonna be underneath it? When you talk about sliding into the sheets at the end of the day, or when guests come over and they pull back that comforter, wouldn't you feel so proud for them to see this?
Wouldn't you?
Oh, I know I would.
I would, and to me it just says welcome to my home.
Right.
What a great way to welcome your guest with brand new sheets. If you're looking for a way to add a pop of color to your bedroom and do it, you know, very affordably and with a lot of choices, or if you're looking for a way just to simply get a good night's sleep.
Right.
Have you ever tried microfiber?
This is it. And you can see we've got aqua, we have them in gray, there's that crisp white. If you like white sheets, definitely take advantage of that. We even have ivory, which is a true ivory. We've got purple, which is more like a lilac color. We have blue as well as coral, stunning in that coral. And then we also have beige. You can get this one in red. It's gonna be more of like a brick red. And then we also have them in black. And I love that we have black, and I say that every time we have black sheets, because you can't find really good black sheets
I've only found like one fitted sheet on the clearance rack.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Just the fitted sheet?
Oh, just one.
Yeah.
Or maybe one single pillowcase, but you're right, you can never find that. Never find that. So we do have all of these beautiful colors. And before I go over them, again, I wanna mention that this microfiber has been mercerized, which just simply means that you're going to have a softer hand, you're going to have fade resistance, wrinkle resistance, shrinkage, shrinkage going on. But when we come to the colors, when you buy the brick red, you want a red sheet. You don't want a pink sheet a month later.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
When you buy that black that you've been looking for, you don't want gray in a month. So you won't have to worry about fading. So now we're looking at, of course, the beautiful beige, the brick red, the Hollywood black, and they all have that 4-inch scroll design. The blue, which really goes great with that Highland plaid goose down comforter. Isn't it a very similar blue?
It really does,
It really would. If you wanted to match tone on tone, you could go that way. The purple, and then we have the gray, the ivory, the white, and you love that.
Yeah, just like a white sheet.
White sheet, so do I.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you go to, and then the aqua and the coral as well, but when you go to wash those white sheets after a while, your whites turn grayish, they turn dingy. It's the same really with our clothing. You know that great white button-down shirt? Right. That after a while, isn't that great white button-down shirt anymore? Yeah,
it's just, it's the used to be, and that's what happens.
It's just what happens with laundry.
Right, but with microfiber,
not with microfiber.
It's great because it holds the color so well, and that's one of the things that you'll hear people say about microfiber. Well, I'll say the microfiber that we offer, because you can find microfiber out in the market, but a lot of times it is, and most times I'll tell you in my experience, it's just not the same feel. Out in the market, it feels a little thin, it feels a little crunchy. This just has a smooth, velvety feel.
And that's the brushed finish, that's the mercerization that you're going to get. There it is in the black. And I wanted to mention it has 4 inches of a tonal embroidery on that. So it's the tone on tone, the same color on the same color. And that just adds a little bit of, kind of hard to see in the black there, isn't it? Oh, there we go. That's really just very, very regal. I adore the sheets for so many reasons. Microfiber is just the way to go for a good night's sleep. But they're gender neutral, aren't they?
They really are.
They're age neutral, gender neutral.
Right, and any kind of design that you already have in your home, in your bedding, on your walls, you don't have to worry about this clashing in any way. And these are the sheets, not only that you're going to feel proud to put on the bed when company comes over, because they're coming. You might have folks coming over for, for Thanksgiving, maybe even for Christmas. And so now is the time. Don't wait until the night before they come over and you look in your closet and you're thinking, ooh, I don't have anything.
Or it's mismatched.
It's mismatched, or it's torn, or it's stained.
You've got Holly Hobby bottom sheet from 1975, and then you have, some scratchy top sheet. You just want to look all put together, don't you? All pulled together, and a nice, beautiful pair of sheets pulls everything together. If you have been looking for white sheets that stay white, this is the way to go. If you are looking to add, just that pop of color in your room, or maybe you have a lot of color and you have searched high and low for coral sheets. Oh my goodness, well, we have them.
Look at
coral and aqua, creams and whites. We have all of the colors under the rainbow, and they're bold, bold, rich colors.
Look at that.
Look at that.
I even love to, you know, maybe you have, when I look at colors like this, Tanya, it just makes me think like maybe you have good sheets. You know, you've been shopping at HSN and you're saying, you know, I've got good sheets, but you just kind of want a little change. You want a different color. And you're not going to paint your walls and you're not going to redo the carpet.
Well, we're not going to do that.
Right. But you kind of just want, you're kind of in a rut and you want something a little different. For $29.95, actually, you know what, for FlexPay of $14.98, this is singly a huge change in your bedroom just by changing the color. You walk in, because the bed is the biggest piece of furniture in the bedroom. You walk in and with a new color, it's just a different feel.
It is a different feel. It really is. And you know, I always say you should have one really nice piece of artwork in your home. When you walk into your bedroom, the bed really is your piece of art, isn't it? Yeah. You might have that beautiful, beautiful bed with all of the throw pillows and you've thought about the comforter and you've thought about the headboard. I mean, that is a gorgeous bed right there.
Right.
That is the centerpiece. That is your piece of art when you walk in that room. So you want to be proud of it. And I adore the way the beds are made here.
I know.
They do such a good job of doubling up the sheets like that. I would have not thought of that.
And it gives you a good idea. Like that bed to me looks very tranquil. It looks very, you know, if you live kind of, you know, a pretty hectic life, right? With the kids and the husband and the job and the, you know, you walk outside the front door and who knows what's going on that day. And you come into your bedroom, it might be your only little place, your only little sanctuary. You know, the fellas have the man cave, maybe.
Yes.
We have the bedroom.
You know, we really do. We kind of take over, as we should.
Make it what you want it to be. Make it what you want, and you can do it when you're not spending a lot of money. You're getting great quality, which is what we've been talking about all morning with Highgate Manor. You've got to feel these.
Isn't that it's just, you can't even describe it. If you've never tried microfiber, this is the time to try it. You just simply pick your color and go with it, and I promise you will be sold. You will get the best night's sleep. Now, the embroidery that you're looking at, this beautiful Empress embroidery, it is also on the top sheet as well. So you've got 4 inches all the way around on that top sheet, and you also have it on the pillowcases. And I would love if I could show the fitted sheet.
Oh, absolutely.
Because the fitted sheet, there's something special about this sheet. It has it's elasticized all of the way around. Now, Tamara, my old sheets only had a little bit of elastic on the 4 corners.
Right.
Okay, so after a while, that elastic kind of stretches out. Have you ever woken up in like a sheet burrito?
Yes.
And you're like, what do I do at night?
Yes.
I am totally encased
in the sheets.
I'm like there's a sheet taco going on down here. I don't know.
I say my husband sleeps the sheets off the bed. Like, how do you do that?
How does that happen? Well, this is fully elasticized all the way around, not just in the 4 little corners. So you're not gonna have any of that popping up. And I also wanna mention that this is a 14-inch pocket with an extra 3 inches. Let's see. So, look at that. So if you have a standard mattress, it fits. If you have a pillow top mattress, it fits. If you've purchased some of the Highgate Manor bedding toppers, it fits. So you are not going to have to worry about, well, I don't know, are they going to fit because I have a really big pillow mattress, you know, a pillow topper.
Right, and this will.
Problem.
And this is the deal, even on our beds here at HSN, it's not just a mattress. We always have, we pump up our mattresses, one, because that's what we do at home.
Oh,
because it kind of represents how our beds are at home, but we do recognize that you do have thicker mattresses and other things on them, and we want to illustrate that the sheets will fit going all the way around. What's also great too is that it makes it easier to make the bed, and it also makes it easier to fold the sheets.
Yes, it does.
When it's elasticized all the way around, it's almost like the sheet kind of, you know, gives you a helping hand when you're folding.
I love that you said that. Do you know I've actually YouTubed how to fold a fitted sheet?
You know what, Tanya, so have I.
Have you? I'm like, I want that. I want it when it comes out of the package, that beautiful little square. Everything's on. I like things nice and neat. I like to open my linen closet, see all the colors of my new sheets, and I don't want them clumped in there. So that's, I'm glad to know we're not. Are you a Virgo?
Yeah, no, I'm not. But I love.
Guilty.
I love neat.
Yes.
And I love when it's easy.
Me too.
And these are. Shall we show you the colors again?
Let's do that.
Because I see you with that red, and that red is just a beautiful. I say it's a very sophisticated red. It's not. You know, it's not Santa Claus red, which, you know, that's fine, but that one's a little bit richer.
Yes, and I love that you said brick red, because you're right, this is a true brick red. That was a beautiful description, and it is very rich and opulent. Then we have your favorite. The black, why? Because you can't find them. They're very Hollywood, aren't they?
Right, that's real, that's right.
Very Hollywood.
And very deep, very rich. And would, if you wanted to, you know, layer another sheet with that, you know it's gonna pop out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have the beige.
Yeah.
Right there.
Very nice.
Then we'll pop right over to the purple, which is on the bed. And as Tamara mentioned, it's more of a lavender. It's a lighter purple, maybe a real light amethyst lavender color, very pretty. Yeah. Then we go to the gray, and gray is just so on trend and so on point in home decor right now. I guarantee you, you know, this is the one.
Yeah.
And it goes great with all the colors too. It would go great with the black. It goes great with the red. So that looks really pretty if you are thinking about layering.
Very nice.
Then we'll pop over to this ivory color, which is just so lovely. And that's kind of that heirloom color, you know, that traditional sheet color, that just very, very pretty ivory. Very
soft. There's that aqua that you were seeing there, and I was calling it that one the tranquil bed. Very spa-like.
I agree with you.
Coral. We haven't seen coral in quite a while, and this is one that you've been requesting and missing. So there's that coral.
And then, oh, blue. I'll hand the blue, and then we have white. Of course, that crisp white, and that might be just kind of, I don't know. I just really love a crisp white sheet. These are also, microfiber is also hypoallergenic as well.
It is. Yeah, so no worries about you sleeping on them, the kids sleeping on them, your guests, you know, sleeping on them. You don't have to, you know, give them a questionnaire and ask them about their health issues before they sleep on the bed.
Any nut allergies and any...
Is there anything I should know before you
anything that I should know. So, you know, that really helps, because can you imagine being allergic to something while you're trying to sleep? We were just talking about with the, you know, with the goose down comforter. That would be the worst night's sleep ever, but these are just... hypoallergenic, and also, again, they are machine washable. They're very, very easy to take care of. And because they have been mercerized, that they do have that wrinkle resistance to them. If you wash them, dry them, and immediately fold them, or wash them, dry them, and put them right back on the bed, which I've done many times, because, you know, sometimes we get low on sheets.
Right.
Wash day is put it back on the bed day.
Back on the bed.
That's right. So this, you know, they will help be wrinkle-free, wrinkle-resistant, and again, you're not going to have the fading when you have microfiber. When you take advantage of this beautiful red color, guess what? This stays this beautiful red color. If you love a true, wonderful, wonderful, crisp white color, guess what? It will stay this crisp white color. If something gets on it, if you have pets, if you have kittens, if you have puppies, if you're like I am and you have all of the above and some children and a husband that likes to snack in bed, don't stress. Do not stress about them. You've got a lot of color choices and very easy care.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because, so, you know, I've had guests come over with kids, and the whole night I'm thinking,
they better not.
They better not. And I you shouldn't be thinking this, but I am, because those are my good sheets. You know, we've all done that. Those are my good sheets.
Did they take that caramel apple from the fair in that
bedroom?
They better not.
But with this, if they do, throw them in the wash.
It's okay.
Don't stress.
Don't stress.
Right. And this is the deal. We've got all of the colors, as you see right there, and we do have all sizes: twin, full, queen, king, and even California king. And nobody's paying more than $29.95, which is great. And remember, that's for the fitted sheet, the flat sheet, and 2 pillowcases. So it's four pieces. I kind of messed up my fingers, but 4 pieces in this set. And I think sometimes we get a little bit spoiled here at HSN, because we forget that when you go out to the department stores to buy good sheets, you are buying everything a la carte. You're buying, you know, 1 sheet at a time. Here, you're getting the entire 4-piece set. So really take advantage of that. Oh, and I love this. I mean, so classic. You've got black ivory and then a pop of gray.
I do. I love the gray and the black. Since we're right here, I'm just going to scooch this back for a second. And I didn't fail to show you that it is also, I was showing you all of the pillowcases, but of course that beautiful tonal embroidery, 4 inches of embroidery, is also on the top sheet as well. So we don't want to forget that. That coordinates beautifully with the standard pillowcases. And it's just, again, I love that you mentioned it's not going to clash with what you already have. If you have, you know, that comforter with a lot of design.
Right.
Maybe it's a damask or a jacquard or